Average Joe's is pleased to announce the return of Growmaster as their official Season 2 series sponsor, and their continued support is greatly appreciated. Through many years of both hunting and raising deer, the folks at Growmasters have determined that the best way to attract deer is with scents that they can't resist to keep them at your mineral sites. So, they formulated a great flavor that deer will love. This gives them the time to get the vitamins and minerals that they need. Growmaster also has meaning. Their product is the leader in the use of all-natural organic dewormer, and as much as they love to hunt, they also love to see their local herd strong, healthy, and growing big. It is their mission to help you do the same. Mention Average Joe Sim Racing League when placing an order for 2 40-pound buckets and receive a free hat. Happy scouting and hunting from the team at Herd Health Wildlife Products and the Growmasters brand.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here tonight at Kansas with the Growmasters Average Joe Sim Racing League. Tonight we're here for the DPRWisco.com 150 in the booth. With me tonight, Christian Taylor. Christian, how you doing?
Doing good, Blake. Average Joe's is pleased to announce the return of DPR has built a strong reputation for delivering high-quality, reliable home modeling services. We specialize in kitchen and bathroom remodels, basement conversions, whole home renovations, and more, while bringing expert craftsmanship and attention to detail to every project. Our goal is to transform homes with innovative solutions that enhance both functionality and style. Request a free quote today at dpr-wisco.com.
Absolutely. Check them out. Tonight's race sponsor, DPR Wisco. And just like that, practice is over, and we're jumping straight into qualifying action. First truck onto the track. Looks like it's going to be Douglas Ivy in the number 6 machine. Douglas out of Laurinburg, North Carolina. Christian, what do you know about Laurinburg?
It is an absolute dump, and you better not speed through that town.
I assume you're saying that through experience.
I am not, but I know from driving through it, there is always a cop sitting main road there.
All right, we'll definitely keep an eye out if you're ever driving in that area. But, folks, we're tuned in here with the Growmasters Average Joe Sim Racing League qualifying action starting up here. We've got about, I don't know, I guess 25 or so trucks signed in here tonight at Kansas. Folks, we're going to take a quick break and be right back. But don't you worry, you're not going to miss a lap of action because we're going Hutchinson Motorsports TV side by side.
Be sure to visit rabbitholepodcast.com today and check out the Halloween episode just released where the guys packed up all the equipment and traveled to a haunted location full of antique relics and take phone calls with first-hand encounters with spirits, ghosts, and all things paranormal. Be sure to like and subscribe and check out the new episode today at rabbitholepodcast.com.
We are back here at Kansas. Qualifying action is underway at the DPRWisco.com 150 here tonight. Christian, how you feeling about this race coming up here shortly?
Doing good. Looking to get some Average Joe Sim Racing League broadcasting under my belt. I think that's my first time with this group here. Broadcast a lot of races with Hutchinson Motorsports TV, but never in the Average Joe Sim Racing League. So looking to learn some new faces here tonight as we're watching the 3 of Willie Smith qualify.
Yeah, Willie Smith is always a front runner here in the Average Joe Sim Racing League. Great season so far. He's going to try to keep that going. Always has the speed. But, I was watching our Hutchinson Motorsports TV side by side. We had the commercial playing there. And what do you think of the Down the Rabbit Hole podcast, Christian?
Something I'm going to have to go check out. It looks like they did a Halloween episode. I know my wife really loves the spooky stuff that comes with Halloween. She's always watching Ghost Adventures, so pretty sure she's going to want to check that out herself. It seems like they were in a room with a lot of good relics and stuff like that. So interesting to go over there to check that out at downtherabbithole.com.
And Christian, I think you can appreciate this paint scheme right here for the one of John Sheen. What do you think?
Well, at first I was like, oh, cool, a track house paint, until I read the words that say trap house. Yeah, I do know that's a racing team in this league.
Yeah, well, hopefully Trackhouse doesn't see that, because I think they might get contacted by the legal team if they do.
Yeah, I'd say that might be a cease and desist order waiting to happen as we look at the 95 of Corey Moore. And that is one paint job, Blake.
It definitely is. Tonight is, in case you aren't aware, tonight is the Halloween paint theme for these guys. So not everybody's playing along. We got a good amount of these guys pulling out the Halloween paint schemes, and it's official, folks. Checkered flag in the air. Quick time, Ryan McClure going to kick off from the pole position here at the DPRWisco.com 150. And it looks like it is time to get gridded up, ladies and gentlemen. We're waiting for these trucks to hit the track and ready to roll. Let's pull up some patented Hutchinson Motorsports tunes and get going. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. We are here at Kansas for the DPRWisco.com 150. Here is tonight's starting lineup. On the front row in the pole position in the number 43 machine, Ryan McClure. On his outside, the number 12, Akari King Ryan.
Moving on back to row number 2, you'll find the 3 of Willie Smith in the 3rd position. To his outside, you'll find the 2 of Michael Weaver.
Going back here to row number 3 on the inside, and the number 6 machine, Douglas Ivy on his outside, the 5 of Terrence Murphy.
Row number 4, you will find the 20 of Josh Revel. To his outside, the 10 of Justin Day from All Day Racing.
Heading back here to row number 5 on the inside in the 07 machine, Wayne Graves on his outside, starting 10th in the 24, Jeffrey Petty.
Back in row number 6, you'll find all the way from Canada, the 62 of Jonathan Dominics. To his outside, the 1 of John Sheen.
Going back here to row number 7 on the inside, going to be the 94, Fred Chase on his outside, the 18, Brad Lawrence.
And back to row number 8, you'll find the 99 of Kevin Burns. And to his outside, the 87 of Brian Cook.
Starting in the 17th position in the number 23 machine, Austin Oliver on his outside, the 92, Josh Westendorf.
And back to row number 10 in this jam-packed field from All Day Racing, you find Brian Day in that 70 machine. To his outside, Brian Matthews in the 28.
Starting in the 21st position in the 00, Robert Sheen, and on his outside in the 16, Nolan McClure.
Moving on back to the 23rd position, you find the 88 of Dan Adams and the 78 of Jason Rushing.
Heading back here to row number 13 on the inside in the 48, Justin McCurdy on his outside, the 33 of Dallas Hall.
And back in the 27th position, you find Blake Hewlett in the 9 and the 56 of John Stapleton, the second, but the pace car is off. Green flags in the air with the Average Joe Sim Racing League in the DVR-Wisco.com 150.
Heading into turn one, race leader, your pole sitter, Ryan McClurg. 32 trucks signed in here tonight for the DPR-Wisco.com 150 at Kansas. We've got a side-by-side battle for second, and I said keep an eye on him, Christian. Willie Smith in that number 3 truck taking over the second spot.
Well, Blake, I didn't hear my favorite driver in the intros. What happened?
Who's that?
I was just saying, if you didn't hear your favorite driver, that means they were slow.
Oh, yeah, true. We didn't really have time. You know, we had the short pace lap, and I didn't realize we had 32 trucks. I think that when practice was ending, we were up to like mid-20s. So looks like a handful of guys signing there crashing in the back. We're still green for now, though. Let's stay tuned up here. Okay, we're going to stay
driver
green.
Safety?
Looks like
we don't care about that.
Green here. Let's take a look. Jonathan Dominick's out of Halifax, just loops it around. 94 checks up. Good job by him.
Oh. Other people did not check up.
So it looks like Austin Oliver lost it. Jonathan Dominick's, but we're still clean and green out front. Race leader still, well, now Willie Smith taking over the race lead. So here's the 3 truck out front taking the clean air, and let's see if Willie can pull away.
Willie Smith looking to get the lead owner. They're crying in the chat already. The 6 of Douglas Ivey, seeing what he could do, moving into the second position, blocking the 12 behind him.
Yeah, Nolan McClurg in the back complaining. Christian, there's something about being in the back. That's where all the complaining always is. What do you think that reason is?
Well, you see, when you're in the back, that is the most noble position where you have to race as hard as you can, especially on lap 4. So it's very worth arguing about.
Absolutely. When you're in the back, you know, there's always more arguing in the back than the front, and that's definitely the case in iRacing officials. But you're looking at Akari King Wright with the sideways pictures. Well done on that there, Akari. He's running in the 3rd position out of Castro Valley, California.
Well, you know, they are a little sideways over there in California, so I guess it kind of fits. But that paint scheme, though, it looks like about 3 paint schemes glued together, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's definitely a wild paint scheme. Let's see if I can get a better look here at it. Flying the Hutchinson Motorsports TV drone. Let's take a look. What do you think of this scheme here, Christian, as I'm trying to focus on this drone?
Who is the face right there? Warner Music Group.
Definitely going to have to check them out. Warner Music Group. That is one cool looking scheme, though. Definitely unique. Not really Halloween themed, but it's cool to see nonetheless.
All right, but we keep moving on. Lap 6 right here. That he's going to be challenging that 6 truck of Douglas Ivey, who is still trying to run down your race leader, Willie Smith.
Yeah, Willie Smith, I mentioned it earlier, you know, he's going to be my pick to win. Just every week he's out front. He's always got a shot. I feel like he got wrecked a week or two, but if he can keep clean, he should be sitting pretty to have a shot at winning the DPR Wisco 150 here tonight.
A very noble prize here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV, and I see Connor Gerard, who is late in the chat.
Man.
Blake, I guess that's going to be a write-up.
Yeah, Connor, I was getting worried. I didn't think you were coming, buddy. Connor Gerard, he's never late. But, hey, folks, it's time to show off some of our new things here. And you might notice here on the tower on the left side of your screen, when cars pass one another, they do light up now. So we've added a feature there. But here's some more features that we debuted last night here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Let's take a look at your lap leaderboard. Christian, what do you see?
I see that Willie Smith has led 5 laps today. He's in P1, and the only other race leader currently, which was the pole position, is, I believe, is Ryan McClurg, who's now dropped down to the 5th position.
Yep, and then we also have plenty more new features, folks, one of which right here, your HMS TV hard chargers, and P16, Jason Rushing on the top of that board.
If I had to guess, P16, which is Jason Rushing, of course, Justin McCurdy in 17, and John Stapleton in 2nd in P20, I bet they just all gassed it, no braked it through that little incident or shuffle.
Yeah, that definitely probably helped him out here at Kansas, but we got plenty more information here. Look at this one. This is the last 5 laps, the fastest average lap time around the track, and Terrence Murphy in the 5th position. He's the fastest truck on the track here in the last 5 laps.
Terrence Murphy, followed by Justin Day, who's running in the 6th position. And then a little bit later, back in the pack, you'll find, oh, excuse me, just updated. See, we update it staying on top of it.
And then we're not even done there. Look at this one. This is your fastest last lap. So this isn't the fastest lap. This is the fastest guy around the track, the last lap. So take a look here. In P14, Josh Westendorf ran a 30.72.
It's from Greenville, South Carolina.
Absolutely, and it's not done there. Here we go. We got a new one, the HMS TV battle board. Take a look. These are the closest battles on the track. The best one looks to be for the battle for P24. Let's take a look at these guys side by side. Steven Linger trying to hold off Dan Adams.
That is a very hard fight for a very important position on lap 11.
And then, Christian, we are still not done. The last one, I think the coolest one on, actually. Take a look at this.
Manufacturer standings, we don't even know who the third manufacturer is anymore. All that matters is Ford and Toyota.
Yeah, you know, apparently. That was working yesterday, but nonetheless, Chevy is the unknown make. So Willie Smith out front in the Chevy in P1. Top Ford is Akari King Wright in P2. And the top Yoder is Terrence Murphy in 5th.
You know that is a mistake from our graphics department. What a terrible unit we have over there.
Yeah, you know, that guy, I'd fire him if he was here, but he never shows up for work.
Actually, you know, put that back on the screen, Blake. We need to have evidence. Hold on.
Send it over to him. Wake him up.
Yeah,
he's probably sleeping.
Yeah, hold on. Okay, I got the evidence. We're good to keep on moving.
All right, well, we'll take that off, but out front, nothing's changed. Willie Smith, still your race leader here tonight at Kansas. These guys ripping these trucks around in the DPRWisco.com 150 here tonight. What are you seeing back here in the 20 truck of Josh Revolution?
Well, you know, he's currently in the 7th position, riding around. He's fell back one from where he started. Looks like he's falling back some more currently. He's from Paris, but not the country. He's from Tennessee.
Well, Christian, good thing Paris is not a country.
You know what? That is the case.
Nonetheless, we drop further back here. Brian Cook with the number 87 machine, currently sitting in the 12th position out of Unionville, North Carolina. North Carolina always well represented here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV.
It's almost like it's the racing capital of the world, Blake.
I don't know about world, maybe America.
Well, apparently, I mean, what do I know? I mean, I thought Paris was a country briefly, so I knew it wasn't, for the record. I just...
Okay.
One thing you're going to learn about me is that I just speak wrong all the time.
Yeah, but how about this 33 machine of Dallas Hall? He's in the Yokohama 33, I believe. Are those tires, Christian? I can't remember.
I do believe they're tires, but I cannot say for sure.
I'm pretty sure they're tires, and they're okay tires. They're not the best. They're not the junkiest. But he's making a move, trying to get up to 20th. They are 3 wide for the 19th position.
Did you see that? They all 3 bounced off the wall in a line and then went 3 wide down the front stretch. That was something there.
Well, this Reese's truck is junk. Brian Matthews is just in the way out there. He needs to pull down pit road, get out of the way. He's already burned his tires up. If you can't run at Kansas, I don't know what to tell you.
His Reese's are falling to pieces.
Yeah, I'll say, though, this is a cool-looking truck. You know, Reese's is my favorite Halloween candy, especially Reese's Pieces. And a good-looking truck, but there's not much speed under the hood or behind the wheel.
I think Reese's is one of the worst candies out there, I do believe. They're horrible, Blake. I'm sorry.
Let us know in the chat. I know Connor last night mentioned his favorite were Kit Kats. So we know Connor likes the Kit Kats. What do you think of that, Christian?
Kit Kats, also horrible. I'm not a real candy eater, Blake. I just don't do candy that much.
Well, I don't know what you eat, but we got a battle for the race lead brewing. That's Akari King Wright looking to the inside of your race leader, Willie Smith on the outside.
The 12 trying to get the run off the bottom. He's going down the back stretch here. Side by side. Not getting the edge just yet. We're going to keep battling into 3.
Akari's got the speed. He's going to take the spot here. Here it comes, folks. Slide job, new race leader, Akari King Wright with the 3 of Smith looking to cross him over down low.
Yep, you know, sometimes that slide job works, but other times if you don't hold it in front of them, they're just going to keep on driving on.
Well, keep an eye on Terrence Murphy. Last week, he was the fastest truck on the track, ended up junking it, and I can't remember what exactly happened. But Terrence Murphy, he's always got speed, and here he is running these 2 down as they continue to race one another.
You got Pepsi on board that Terrence Murphy 5, and we're going to go on board ourselves.
He's just waiting to pounce here. He's getting that draft on these two, and he's just thinking when he needs to go, and they're coming up on some lap traffic, I believe. That might be Austin Oliver.
As Brian Samara in the chat is reassuring that I am fired with saying Reese's are goated. Well, Brian, you're terrible too, so irrelevant.
Well, Brian Samara, we appreciate him tuning in. He's in a couple Hutchinson Motorsports TV leagues. We see him in the Monday Night Flame Dog League that you race and crash in, and we also see him on Tuesday nights.
You know, I do nothing but crash in that Monday Night League because, you know, I had the most incidences in the league, Blake. Would you believe that?
I'm not shocked at all, Christian. I've seen you drive before.
But the funny thing is, I have no fault in any of them.
That's what everybody says, but we got a battle once again for the race lead. Willie Smith trying to hold off King Wright as King Wright in the 12 on the inside, Smith in the 3 on the outside.
They're just going to keep playing Ring Around the Rosie all day, crossing each other up every lap here.
I'm going to take the drone out, Christian. You're going to call this while I focus on this drone shot.
All righty, we got the 3 of Willie Smith on the bottom, Akari on the high side. Willie Smith going to have the edge through 1 and 2, but it's going to be quickly answered off the corner by Akari in that 12 Ford machine. Down the backstretch as the drone swoops around, gets in real close. The 12 on the high side is going to narrow in, but the 3 has the edge. And we know what's going to happen next. He's going to slide on up, who is not clear. The 12 going to stay right there on his high side, heading through the triangle.
Boy, 3 car trucks battling for this race lead. Smith out front for now, but King Wright and Murphy right there with him.
With all the 3 and the 12 of us battling, the 5 says, yo, guys, I'm here. I want some. Let's get some. As they head down the backstretch, we now have a 3-way battle for the lead. And Blake, the 3-way battles are always better than 2.
Absolutely, 3-ways are the best, and Terrence Murphy loves being in the back of them.
Absolutely, as they're all going to be catching that lap truck, the 23. That's definitely going to cause some issues in this battle, as they're going to have to figure out how to get around them. And we could only assume that he's on the lead lap, or as of right now, so he's not going to want to give it up easy, as he does.
Well, never mind. He says, go ahead, boys. I got nothing for you. I'm slow.
Well, the best part about, you know, the best part about being slow is knowing you're slow and just getting out the way.
And he definitely did that, but we're going to stay tuned right here on these race leaders as Akari King Wright is out front for now.
Akari has managed to find their way in front of the 3, who is still not giving up. And, of course, the 5 of Terrence Murphy, but back 2 seconds now. This 3-truck breakaway is 2 seconds ahead of Michael Weaver in that number 2 Toyota, and the top 5 rounds out with the Ford of Justin Day.
Absolutely, looks like this battle for the lead has ended, but a battle for second continues between Murphy, who is in 3rd, and Willie Smith sitting in the 2nd spot.
As the 5's battling the 3, got real close to his quarter panel there. Looks like he was about to turn him. But we head on down the backstretch. The Willie gets the draft. We're going to be doing some draft racing here tonight at Kansas, apparently.
Yeah, looks like they're going to get single file for now. So let's drop back a little bit, see what's going on a little further back. Your pole sitter, Ryan McClurg, has fallen back to the 6th spot. He's still sitting all right in that 42 machine, even though he's number 43 scored. We're going to have to make a note of that. But nonetheless, he is in the 6th position trying to hold on to the top 10.
Well, you know, it is Halloween night. We'll probably make an exception for one evening, you know, trying to show off that Halloween paint, which is, you know, Halloween in the dark is always the thing, but you can't really make out these blacker paint schemes.
Yeah, they're kind of tough to read on iRacing. The dark schemes never are as, obviously aren't as bright, but they just never really show as well as the bright ones do.
That's definitely the case. But a spooky, scary skeleton night here at Kansas, Blake. This track's nickname. Now tell me I want your raw reaction to this, okay? The Heartland of Speed is this track's nickname.
I think that's the dumbest nickname I've ever heard in my life, Christian.
Well, definitely so. But apparently this night racing is supposed to look wild under the lights with the Midwest sunset, but I just see normal iRacing graphics here, don't you, Blake?
Yeah, I don't see anything special whatsoever. And I'm not going to lie, Christian, everybody always rides home about Kansas Motor Speedway. This place is kind of a dump.
I can imagine when it's in the middle of nowhere as the 3 is going to be challenging your race leader of Kingwright, but doesn't have anything just yet.
And not much of a challenge, if you want to call it that, but he's going to look to get a run off the corner as he diamonds the corner, and it's not going to be there. But look who's inserted himself. Oh, actually, that's a lap car. Never mind. So it looks like 4th of Michael Weaver is a bit back. He's about 2 seconds behind your race leaders.
Yeah, like this 3-car three-way up here has broke away and left the rest of the field irrelevant now, as there are 2 seconds and a 10th behind.
Absolutely, as they continue to run around the track. Let's drop back a little bit. Jason Rushing sitting in the 7th spot. He's gained 7 positions since the start of this race after a bad qualifying outing. Rushing has worked himself up to 17th.
You see on board of that Chevy down the Rabbit Hole podcast, they have a special Halloween episode out. Go to downtherabbithole.com to check that out.
Absolutely. And while you're doing that, head on over dpr-wisco.com. Check them out and get you a free quote. Some of the best in the business, honestly.
Oh my, Blake, look up into the sky. The best looking thing around just pulled up over the Kansas Speedway.
Oh my, is it really here, Christian? I didn't think it was going to make it.
It just made it. It's pulling over the horizon right now. Look at this shot. Brantley Roden is high above Kansas Motor Speedway in the harpoondesign.com blimp, everybody.
Wow, what a shot. Brantley Roden wheeling that thing, working the camera up in the sky, folks. Head on over, harpoondesign.com. Get yourself a paint job. They start at just $25.
Oh, Blake, no. You read that script wrong. There's no way it's at 25.
Yeah, head on over there. You can check them out yourself.
Oh, wow. And, I just looked on tradingpaints.com, and is it true he's the number? It says it right here. He's the #1 painter on Trading Paint. So why would you not order a paint from him?
Yeah, quit getting the Joker paints, from random Joe Schmoes. Get the world's #1 painter, Brantley Roden. Go to tradingpaints.com. Look in the painters tab. First guy that comes up, it's going to be Brantley Roden. So make sure you're getting your paints from him, as Terrence Murphy is trying to take over that 2nd spot here from the 3 of Willie Smith.
Just some crazy battles up here in the front, but throughout the field, we have a few cars who is pitting now, but that's about the only action going on.
Take a look at the battle board. Yeah, HMS TV battle board. Looks like we've got a battle brewing for the 19th position. And not anymore.
Nope, he pitted.
Yeah, Willie Smith went down pit road here, so he's going to be the first of your leaders to go down pit road. We're already on lap 35. This race going by quick here tonight.
Definitely so. See the 12 of Akari Kingwright.
Closest
leading the
battle
field
on the track is this one right here for the race lead.
Terrence Murphy not giving it up, doing his best to stay relevant here as the rest of the field pretty much is checked out, went home.
As they continue to battle for this race lead right here, taking a look at the manufacturers. Again, trying to fix the Chevy thing. We're going to get that figured out eventually one of these days. It was working last night, but nonetheless, out front, Akari Kingwright looking good here tonight.
It's because they are not called Chevys in iRacing. They're actually considered a Silverado. So that's something we'll have straightened out for tomorrow or for the next week, guys. But we keep watching the leading action here of Akari Kingwright.
Looks like Justin McCurdy heading down pit road. He was somewhere in the top 10. And here comes Steven Linger as well. So slowly but surely, everybody heading down pit road to start this green flag pit stop.
One of these races, 37 laps in. I'm not sure what their fuel percentage is here, but this seems like they're probably all running out of fuel, being everyone's coming in. As the 10 is going to get sideways heading in, able to hold on to it is Justin Day.
And Jeffrey Petty behind him, Brad Lawrence and Brian Cook, Josh Westendorf. And we got Mr. Fry going in as well.
But, I mean, the leader staying out this long must know something that the rest don't. As they're coming in now, followed by the 5 of Murphy.
Yeah, you know, I kind of figured they were heading down shortly. I'm thinking about everybody's going to be heading in. Looks like all the top 4 down pit road. So Nolan McClurg, oh, he's down as well. Yep, everybody's coming in this time. So your top 7 down pit road, make it 8. 9. And top 10. So basically everybody. So I think they were out of fuel. So Willie Smith, he short pit the front pack. He's going to cycle into the race lead most likely. Going from 11th to 1st here shortly as the whole top 10 down pit road. Willie Smith, number 3, looking to take back the race lead. Looks like Willie's led 18 laps so far, as well as Akari King Wright. But as the green flag pit cycle has ended, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Don't you worry, you're not going to miss a lap. Hutchison Motorsports, Stevie, side by side. And we're back here at the DPR Wisco 150 with the GrowMasters Average Joe Sim Racing League. We are on lap number 48 and looking at the manufacturer standings board. Willie Smith, your top Chevy. Terrence Murphy, top Toyota. And then Akari King Wright, your top Ford.
Look at Blake go. You fixed it all by yourself. Apparently, you don't even need Jesse, right?
No, you know, I mean, he's never around anyway, Christian. So you basically, it's kind of like people when their parents disappear, they kind of just, you know, they're able to support themselves. Well, that's kind of what I've done with Jesse.
Okay, yeah, I see that. I mean, good for you, Blake. Good for you.
I definitely appreciate that. But looking at the HMS TV battle board, best battle on the track, won for the 7th position, Justin McCurdy, door to door with the 24 truck.
You could throw all these trucks under a blanket right here.
It's like a couple lap truck, or 51 might be a lap down or so there, I think. But here's the 2 of Michael Weaver currently running in the 9th position. Let's take a look, Christian, see who your HMS TV hard charger is.
It's going to be Justin McCurdy, up 18 positions, currently in the 7th spot.
Boy, that's a good-looking truck.
That is a beautiful paint. Yeah, wow, Blake.
Yeah, this is definitely one of my favorites up here so far. Good to see M&M's back as a 24 looking to get underneath them with the sour patch, or what's that say? Sour strips? Is that a knockoff of Sour Patch Kids? I have no clue.
I don't know. It's something from that Ghost brand.
I don't know. I haven't had a Ghost in a while. So nonetheless, Justin McCurdy in that 48 machine trying to duke it out with Jeffrey Petty in the 24.
Moving up to your race leader, Akari Kingwright, definitely putting on a dominant performance tonight with the same 2 trucks behind him.
Let's take a look. Your HMS TV quick time board, Douglas Ivy with the fastest lap of the session. I'm reading in the 16th position, a 30.22 for Ivy.
You know, one thing we haven't checked on, is the 5's making a move on the race leader. Going side by side through the turn, gonna have the edge coming out possibly. But the 12, of course, has that top line, not able to clear just yet as the 5. As the 12 makes up some ground through the trioval, this is a battle for your race lead with 53 laps into this thing. The 5 gets clear and slide job on up in front of the 12 and able to maintain that. Your new race leader, the 5 of Terrence Murphy.
Yeah, Terrence Murphy and that Yoder looking bad fast out front again. Last week, he was the fastest truck on the track. Ended up junking it, I think, 2 times, actually. I think they do have a faster pair in this league. Well, Terrence Murphy junked it twice, so he's trying not to repeat that here tonight.
Doing his best. That was a close slide up, I will say. But Akari's not done. Is going to keep battling for the race lead. We move on back to Willie Smith, who is watching this from his mirror, just hoping that both of them have some dismay and that he's able to drive off into the Kansas sunset and win the DPR-Wisco.com 150.
Yeah, you heard on board there, Willie Smith. We're not off the throttle very much here at Kansas in these trucks. You basically lift for, I don't know, maybe a second at most on entry, and that's about it. But Akari King Wright took back that race lead. These guys are just trading the lead back and forth as we look at your lap leaderboard. Willie Smith with 27 laps led. Akari King Wright 23. Ryan McClurg has led 3 with Terrence Murphy leading 2.
You know, just 4, really only 3. You know, the one that only led briefly at the beginning. The rest of the field is kind of just like 4 seconds, over 4.5 seconds back now. So the 12 and the 5 and the 3, unless there's a caution that, groups the field back up, are going to be the ones here all the way through.
Yeah, it definitely seems like they are the class of the field here tonight. From Willie Smith to Akari King Wright and Terrence Murphy, as these 2 still battling for the race lead door to door.
You know, you could battle all night, but it only takes one little moment of slippage, and you're both done.
We drop back Douglas Ivy. He is struggling here tonight after starting up in the 5th position. He's running 18. You know, we got the Hutchinson Motorsports TV hard charger board. We might have to have the biggest loser board, and that would probably be Douglas Ivy down 13 spots here tonight.
That's definitely something we're gonna need, Blake. But look at that Lauren board. I tell you what it is. He's so used to driving slow through his town in Laurenburg that he drives slow on iRacing.
That's definitely got to be the case there.
I feel like you get into Laurenburg, you have to like hit the brakes. Speed limit there, just slow throughout the entirety of it.
These guys continue to battle here. Akari King right on the bottom, trying to hold off Terrence Murphy. These guys trading lap to lap. You know, I hate staying fixed onto the leaders, but it's hard to leave when they're passing one another every single lap heading in to lap number 59 out of 150 here tonight.
Yeah, and through the rest of the field, if we want to pull up the battle board again, we can, but there's just not much jockeying for position going on. I mean, aside from like P20, but I mean,
we got a bit of a battle here for the 11th position between the 87 of Brian Cook and the 99 of Kevin Burns.
Two good-looking trucks back here, I will add. That's Kevin Burns and that 99 on the top side. The 87 going to slide up behind them.
Then the next side-by-side battle right here, John Sheen in the Trap House #1 machine with the 33 on his outside of Dallas Hall.
You know, I would love that paint if it just didn't disgrace the Trackhouse name.
Yeah, you know, it's definitely, I'd say most Trackhouse fans probably aren't happy to see the slander of the brand.
Yeah, I mean, anyone who knows me knows that I am a oh my God, Trackhouse diehard. So, yeah, I'm not a big fan of this one, Blake.
Yeah, but let's take a look. You know, Christian, looking at this name right here. What's that?
Terrence Murphy's apologizing in chat like something may have happened between him and Akari.
Probably just bumping one another. But let's jump back here. You know, we don't care about that. Anyways, look at this guy here. If you could pronounce that first name, what would you guess it is, Christian?
Sean.
That is wrong. It is Key In. Nobody in the world would have guessed that. So, yeah, so we'll have to remember that. It is Kean Fry in the 22nd position. You know, unfortunately, he's not very relevant here tonight, but good to know that's how it's pronounced because I don't think anybody in the world would guess that. So here we are.
Yeah. Well, Kean back in the 22nd position from Jasper, Missouri. You know what Kean should do, though?
What's that? Go faster?
Besides, he's racing a Haas factory paint. He should head on over to harpoondesign.com and order him a Craftsman Truck Series paint today.
That's actually a great idea, folks. Paint start at just $25 with Brantley Road and harpoondesign.com. Best paint shop in the business. Nowhere else you need to go. Let's check out your race leaders here as they've been swapping back and forth. Looks like they've slowed it down a little bit as Akari King Wright still out front. Out of Castro Valley, California, Akari King Wright, your race leader, and I believe he's led the most laps as well. Yes, he has 30 laps led so far tonight. He's basically led half this race so far.
And I have a feeling that Akari is not done, but Willie Smith is reeling them back in after what appeared to be what sounded like some slight contact that happened off camera, but Ray McCullough is currently 4th.
Yeah, McClurg is your fastest truck on the track over the last 5 laps. Take a look there, a 31.88. He is the quickest. And Michael Weaver in P6 actually just leapfrogged him. So Michael Weaver slightly faster, but these two are the quickest on the track right now.
He's 4th, but he's still 3.5 seconds back. So he's got a lot of ground to make up. And it sounds like somebody just said that they were coming to pit road. So it's possible our second pit cycle of the night here on lap 65 of 150 is going to get started here in the Average Joe Sim Racing Leagues.
And Douglas Ivy already done. He's off pit road. We got Brian Day down there as well. So a couple of guys down pit road already. We'll see what our race leaders elect to do. My guess is they're going to want to stay out at least another 5 or so laps, but we'll have to wait and see.
It definitely seemed like our leaders last cycle stayed out a little bit longer than the rest of the pack.
Yeah, 38 laps last time, so it looks like they can still go another 10 laps.
So this will probably be our last pit cycle of the night if we stay green, right? Or am I doing math wrong?
I think you're a little bit off. I think they're going to have to do one more. It looks like a 3-stop strategy, in my opinion. Yes, it should be 3 stops. Unless we get a caution, obviously.
Well, everyone's spaced out, but it's one of those things that to go 150 laps mistake-free for a whole field is kind of unheard of.
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't be shocked either way. I mean, it's pretty impressive what these guys have done so far. Clean racing here, heading into lap number 68, leaving lap 67.
Did you mention 67?
You're banned. Justin Day, in the 5th position out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Here he is sitting in 5th. Christian, that might be my favorite paint job out here tonight now that I've been through most of the field.
Well, I'm glad you finally unmuted my mic after saying 6-7 like that. But yeah, that is a beautiful paint scheme. And just don't mute my mic again, Blake.
Well, just stop being cringy, Christian.
As we go around on the drone, the all-day paint scheme of Justin Day, I gotta say, that is a beautiful paint. And I even rhymed there.
Looking good. Justin Day, good run for him so far. He's looking to bring home potentially a top 5 here tonight. But your race leader still out front. Top 3 hasn't changed. Akari King Wright, followed by Terrence Murphy, and then Willie Smith. As the field continues to pit here in lap number 70, we're almost halfway home here tonight. These guys may even have to pit a second time, honestly. Maybe a 4-stop strategy. We'll have to wait and see as Willie Smith down pit road this time. Top 2 stay out.
As the top 2 is going to be dealing with some lap traffic here.
The lap traffic's going to be faster, though. Most likely they went down pit road, got the fresh tires. There is some tire fall off. Looks like about 1.7, 1.8 seconds of tire fall off right now after 30-something laps.
All right, some discussions going on in chat about calling out some pit stops. Kansas is one of those tracks that it's quite dangerous to get on pit road because you kind of have to do it in the racing line.
100% is Terrence Murphy's trying to decide what he wants to do. Does he want to try to leapfrog Akari King Wright, pit a little early? We know that's what Willie Smith's strategy is. And again, Willie Smith just off pit road. So yeah, Christian, these guys are going to have to pit 2 more times, it appears, in bare minimum.
Interesting to see if that caution comes out and changes that.
Yeah, absolutely. We bring up the Hutchinson Motorsports TV battle boards. Right now, closest battle on the track looks like the one for the 13th position. Kean Fry duking it out here with John Stapleton.
As the 92 just gets up into the wall there.
Yeah, that's not a fast line right there, trust me. Boy, Christian, I hate to bash on some paints, but this thing looks terrible.
I got to get a closer shot of it. Is it just all black?
Big old number there for the 56 as he's ripping it down the backstretch, battling for the 12th position.
But the best looking thing on that truck, of course, is the Growmasters.
Absolutely. Head on over to Growmasters, order you 2 buckets, and get you a free hat if you mention the Average Joe Sim Racing League.
But we move on up to the 24 truck in the 6th position from Fayetteville. Usually you'd say Fayetteville, North Carolina, but no, he's from Fayetteville, Tennessee.
They got the 00 there on the inside. That's definitely a truck. I don't know what else to say about it. Heading down pit road, he's in dead last.
And a very slow pit entry. You're supposed to get as far as you can with as much speed before you get down to pit road, but I think he was below pit road speed well before the line there.
That's something the 00 doesn't handle well is speed, because he is running dead last as we're halfway done heading into lap number 76. Your race leader's still waiting to pit. They're trying to stretch these tires out as far as they can.
Yeah, that's might helped him out as it was Justin Day. He get sideways on the last pit entry too.
Yeah, did the same thing.
Maybe next time we'll see him junk it.
Yeah, just a matter of time nonetheless. But Terrence Murphy in the second spot might have just heard that he's pitting as well.
We'll see what the leader does.
Yep.
Yep, they're both coming in.
Boy, Terrence Murphy really pushing it there on the entry, trying to gain every second he can get.
Well, that's where it matters. Like, everybody in iRacing gets the same stop. I mean, based off your fuel and tires. Everyone's in pit road at the exact same time relative to your fuel usage, basically. But where you make up your time is getting on and getting off pit road.
That is definitely the case. But right now, out front on a pit strategy, Jason Rushing with the Down the Rabbit Hole Podcast 78 machine, your race leader for now. Let's see how much longer he can stay out there as your race leader.
It's something that he's probably going to have to pit real soon, especially because as I say that, it's coming this time and it's coming hard.
Yep. And then Dallas Hall is behind him, coming fast and coming very hard. Dallas Hall in the 33 down pit road.
But that's going to cycle our one of our high-end contenders here tonight, Willie Smith, back to your race lead on lap 77 of 150 into dpr-wisco.com. 150.
Yep. And you know, most races, Christian, when they have 150 at the end, it's 150 laps. Well, not here tonight, this mile and a half, 150 laps around Kansas, which that equates to, I don't know, let's see, 200 and let's call it 25 about laps, I think, or miles, I think.
Yeah, probably about realistic truck length, I'd say.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. But Akari King Wright sitting in the second spot. We saw Willie Smith leapfrog these guys with the early pit stop, but he came down way early compared to your top two. Take a look at this. He pit 34 laps on the first stint, then he went 36. The other two went 38. I could have swore he went in a lot earlier than that, but nonetheless, he's got 8 laps on his tires. The other two have probably just 2.
I apologize that my dog was barking in the background. He's probably barking at his shadow or something, but nonetheless, we keep on racing here.
Yeah, Willie Smith out front by 5.5 seconds. A big lead. Has some older tires, but they're really not that much older. So really good stop for Willie Smith.
You know, this might be the move of the race. He pit a little early and was able to get that tire advantage that if he's able to keep, might lead him on to this race win.
You know, now that I think about it, it makes sense. He pit 6 laps earlier than the top 2. Well, he's gained about 6 seconds. So that's about what the tire fall off was. So I'm definitely not shocked. And I think you're going to see by the end of this run, you're probably going to see Akari King Wright, Terrence Murphy be able to run him back down.
Yeah, definitely a way to gain 6 or 7 seconds.
Absolutely, with Terrence Murphy in third. In fourth, Josh Revel. He's a bit off the pace, though. He's 12 seconds. Make it almost 13 behind your race leader. Pulling up the battle board here, HMS TV battle board, best battle board in the business. Justin Day and Nolan McClurg duking it out for that 7th position. A couple of Fords. Slide job. And we got a battle back here. Looks like the 78 of Rushing going to make his way around John Sheen in that one machine. But since the second pit cycle is over, folks, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching the Grow Masters Average Joe Sim Racing League with the dpr-wisco.com 150. We'll be right back.
Growmasters. The highlight is 30 different vitamins and minerals and an all-natural organic dewormer, which promotes gut health. When any animal is not fighting parasites and worms, they feel better, eat more, and they grow more, antlers included. Mention Average Joe Sim Racing League when placing an order for 2 40-pound buckets, and you will receive a free hat. This is an exclusive offer for Average Joe Sim Racers, family, friends, and viewers.
Hi, I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchinson Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
We are back here at the DPRWisco.com 150 with the Growmasters Average Joe Sim Racing League. We have been clean and green from the start. Willie Smith, your race leader by 6 seconds so far.
But the
As these two are battling for second, that's Akari King right on the inside of Terrence Murphy for second.
Yep, I got my car numbers confused there. I thought I was confusing the 3 for the 5, but nonetheless, they are battling for second, like Blake said. And one final time for the evening, we want to remind you that DPR specializes in kitchen and bathroom remodels, basement conversions, and even whole home renovations. So head on over to DPR-Wisco.com. That is DPR-WISCO.com, and you can request a free quote today.
Absolutely. Quit hiring sketchy guys down the end of the street to do a job for cheap. Get it done right the first time with DPR Wisco. As Akari King, right, Terrence Murphy. These guys have been duking it out the entire race, whether it's been for first or second or third. It just hasn't mattered. They've been right there.
Yep, and, you know, Willie Smith played the pit stop game and has now, you know, only lost 0.2 of a second since that. So that may have been the move of the race as we're heading close to the 50 to go mark.
Yeah, Willie Smith, I mean, honestly, I expected these two to reel him in a little bit by now, but he's still 6 seconds out front. But them battling each other definitely isn't helping their pace.
Nope. If they keep battling, they're going to fall 6 or 7 seconds back.
Absolutely. As Ryan McClurg is still in the 4th spot behind them, quite a bit back. And then right behind him, Nolan McClurg. So we got McClurg's back-to-back in 4th and 5th. Taking a look here at Jason Rushing in that number 16 machine out of Fairview, North Carolina, with Down the Rabbit Hole podcast on the car. Always a good-looking truck here from the 78 of Jason Rushing. Let's take a look in the back here, see what's going on. Last car on the lead lap, Josh Westendorf. I'll tell you why he's slow, Christian. He's got the Detroit Lions on his car.
Yep, slow on the track and the gridiron. As I think I'm hearing some radio chatter that one of the days got disqualified for trying to back down pit road.
Let's try to take a look here. I don't.
This is where he pulls into pit road. So apparently he's really low on fuel here. So heading down the pits. We're going to stay on it. We're still green, ladies and gentlemen. This is something that happened on pit road, so it didn't affect your racing action.
The longest pit road I've ever seen in my life.
So right here, he's pulling in. I don't understand how that... What
is he doing?
Okay.
Oh, he got DQ'd by iRacing because whenever you reverse that long, I have no...
Oh, yeah.
I have no clue what he's even thinking here, but what do you think the thought is here, Christian? I think he deserves a DQ, and I hope it stays that way.
I don't think they're clearing it, but daggone, that was surprising.
I hope they don't. I don't know. That's one of the dumbest things I've seen in a while, Christian. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, usually I try to think of the better of people, but I really can't. Oh,
that
truck's going to get loose in front of the leader.
He says, get the hell out of the way, loser. I'm throwing a slide job, and wham! Just smokes the wall.
Hasn't this league seen recently a leader get junked, or is that another league I'm thinking of?
I think that was in Redemption iRacing League, another truck series, our Saturday night league, folks. If you didn't see it, our race leader with 2 laps left to go, he was going around a lap car who was already 1 lap down, going 2 laps down. Lap car was racing the hell out of him, and then eventually he ends up junking the leader for no reason. There was no drama between the two or anything. The guy was just terrible. And then, so the guy didn't win. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, definitely. So as we see Connor Gerard in the chat saying he's still waiting for a Cleveland Browns car truck to make a joke. Well, they already are the joke.
Yeah, Cleveland Brown, I sure hope. And looks like Connor Gerard, he is Connor, I hate to even ask, what is the intensity meter at? The Connor Gerard intensity meter as Willie Smith leads this race 4.5 seconds ahead with just 50 laps left to go. These guys, they're going to want to make it to at least lap, I'd say, 110, 115 at bare minimum before they come down pit road for the final time.
It looks like a few trucks have already started to pit.
I don't know why. They're not going to be able to make it the rest of the way if they do. They might have just
Let's take a look at the
they might have
pit
just short
strategy
pit the
board.
other ones and had to end up screwing themselves a pit in extra time.
Right. So as we see, Akari is closing in that gap to Smith a little bit, but with the pit cycle about to go, I expect Smith to go as soon as he can to make it.
You know, we're going to have to keep an eye. The longest we've seen our leaders go is 38 laps. So they need to get to 38 to go. So, I mean, at bare minimum, you need to go. Right now, there's 48 laps left. So you need to go 10 more. So I don't know. Can Willie Smith even make it? He might have to pit an extra time. The short pit might have screwed him.
Well, can you scroll down into stint length? And is that possible? So we can see if anyone has made it to 40 laps?
No, I can't. But I do know everybody came in on that same lap. So I think everybody went in 38 laps. There's no way they can go 40. Unless they save the whole run, which obviously he's not doing because he's your race leader and he's not really losing much ground.
You know, it would honestly be the move of the race if somebody has noticed this, that if they could stretch 2 extra laps, that they'd only have to pit one more time and they'd be easily the race winner. Even if you're back in 9th or 10th, you could take over the race win.
Well, no, I mean, my point here is I think 2nd, 3rd, and basically everybody else, they can make it. But I don't know if your race leader can. You see, he short pit by 4 laps the first stint.
Oh, I see what
short
you're saying.
pit
Yeah,
by
okay.
2 laps the second stint. So, I mean, he screwed himself out of basically 6 laps so far, and that might be just enough to force an extra stop, but we'll see how long he can make this last.
I think he's preying on the caution right now.
Yeah, you know, not a good call there for Willie Smith. Again, that's a tough thing to think about. You know, when when these races start, you're just thinking 150 laps. I'm just going to short pit a couple laps here and there. It's not a big deal, but then by the end of this thing, you might be toast. So we'll see how this plays out for Willie Smith. We'll know a little more here in the next 5 or 10 laps. Checking out the chat, we've got Connor Gerard tuned in. We appreciate you tuning in as always, Connor. You know, this hasn't been a big drama race, but it's been a clean and green race. He is the intensity meter tonight is 4 out of 20. It's a little bland at Kansas tonight, Blake. He says, hey, you know, I mean, again, there's not a lot of drama, but this is some good racing at least. At least they're keeping it clean and green. They're not junking each other just quite yet, at least. Kari King Wright still in 2nd, and it looks like Terrence Murphy's falling back a little bit. So it looks like King Wright's 4 seconds back, Murphy about almost 6 seconds back, then McClurg almost 7 seconds back.
Fred Chase down pit road.
Well, here's Willie Smith, your race leader. Again, we think they can go 38 laps. So let's say he goes 3, well, it'll be 2 more laps. So 2 more laps, we'll be at lap 109. Christian, he's not going to make it 41 laps. So Willie Smith's not going to be able to make it. And the others, you know, they can pit in 8 laps. That'll put them at, trying to do my math here, 115. And then they'll be good. So, yeah, I mean, I think Willie Smith, he's going to be a couple laps short of fuel compared to everybody else.
Yeah, it would only. I think he started realizing this, and he's trying to save us. His lead has fell off quite a bit now. I don't think that's tire fall off. Just I think he's realizing his dismay right now.
You know, his best bet is, you know, when again you can't. It's really hard to save here at Kansas. These trucks are off the throttle, very limited. So I mean, you can briefly maybe lift and hold the clutch for a second, but again, I mean, you're barely off the throttle, so there's not really much saving opportunity here.
Right. Best way you can save at Kansas is just keep your wheel, you know, as steady as possible.
I think he's
something
giving
I
up
can't
on
do.
it. Yeah, he's just coming down pit road. He knows he can't make it. So Willie Smith down pit road. He's made it
Basically
37 laps. So yeah, he's toast. He better hope for a caution in the next 30 laps or so.
As we have a handful of people pitting a little early, so.
Yeah, they must have short pit one of the other stints as well, but hopefully Akari King Wright, Murphy, and the two McClurgs realize what they need to do. They need to at least get to, I'd say, 3 more laps. 38 seems to be pushing it. Most guys are going 37. Some can go 38. Maybe you could save a lap, go 39, but I don't know. That'd even be tough.
It would definitely be gutting to get to the final lap and run out.
Absolutely. You know, if I'm one of these two out front, I stay out there till the very end. That way, if you get a green-white checkered, you don't have to pit. But hell, if they get a green-white checkered, they might want to get tires anyways. But who knows? We'll see how this plays out because there is some tire fall-off again. Looks like about a 1.5 second tire fall-off here so far for your race leader, Akari King Wright.
And I actually know the feeling. I'm by no means a fast iRacer, but it was at Las Vegas, almost stole a win off of fuel mileage. And my truck ran out it was an Xfinity car, ran out right out of 4, and I got past about 100 yards from the finish line. That was the most gutting feeling on iRacing.
Absolutely, as we're looking at Akari King Wright, your race leader, Terrence Murphy in second, trying to reel him in a bit. These two going to head down pit road here just about any time. Next lap around, they'd have 38 to go, so could be this lap, could be next lap. It'll be soon, though.
Yeah, they're easily going to make it now.
And here comes the 87, has those fresh tires. He says, get out of the way, loser. Got to get his lap back.
On a mission, but they got to get around Akari, who may be slowing up this time. No.
Smart call. I think giving yourself a lap buffer, not have to worry about saving, it's the right call here. So my guess is if I'm these guys, I don't know. You could go a couple extra laps, have a little better tires at the end, but either way, it's not a big deal, I guess, at the end of the night.
All I got to say is if you're going to cut it short, you better have your hand over that ignition as soon as the yellow flag waves and cut that truck off to save.
Yeah, bare minimum, hold the clutch in at least. But let's see if he comes down this time. He's gone 36 laps. No, he's going to do another buffer lap, it looks like. So Akari King Wright still out front. Terrence Murphy going to stay out as well, followed by the two McClurgs. So tonight, who expected Kansas to turn into a pit strategy race? I don't know if I've ever heard of that one, but here we are. Pit cycles has been important because it's been all about getting the right fuel number.
And this is our good old buddy Aaron Poplin's favorite type of race, ain't it?
Yeah, Aaron Poplin loves saving fuel. If you know Aaron Poplin, he is a die-hard anime fiend. We got a few guys down pit road.
Brian Zamar, if you're still out there, tell us in the chat how much Aaron loves fuel strategy.
Oh! Right when your leaders come down. So, hey, that works out.
Did Terrence make it on pit road before the yellow flew?
Yeah, he did. He definitely did. But Nolan McClurg was tight, though. Let's see what Cody Moore crashed. This is what happened. First caution.
I had a blowover.
Oh, looks like guys are pitting or something, and let's take a look. '23 checks up the pit. Yeah, 95 shoots up the track there. 23 kind of pitting from the grandstands. Well, I don't know. He's one lane on the track, I guess. I'm not sure. It depends if he called it out on the radio or not, if he was pitting. But my guess is he's probably got a black. Because I don't know. The yellow might have
slid into pit. I think he was trying to not pit as soon as he saw the yellow come out, but he was already way too late.
Let's just see in the stall if he has to serve a penalty here. No? Well, it does it at the end, doesn't it? No?
It might be an EOL, Blake.
Who knows? We'll see. Nonetheless, caution is out. Let's see how this all works out. Works out perfectly for Jason Rushing. He timed the pit cycle exactly right. The good news, though, for Willie Smith, I think he's going to be good to go on fuel now. Oh, Jason Rushing going to head down this time. So Rushing, okay, Akari King Wright going to take back the race lead, it appears. Or is he a lap down? No, he's on the lead lap, so. Yeah, Akari King Wright going to hold on to that race lead. Terrence Murphy was right behind him on pit road. That happened, perfect timing for these guys. Then the two McClurgs, they're good to go as well. Then we got some lap cars in between. So let's take a quick break here. First caution of the night here at the DPRWisco.com 150 with the Growmasters Average Joe's Sim Racing League action. And we're back here at the DPRWisco.com 150 with the Grow Masters Average Joe Sim Racing League. The field is lined up. We are ready to roll. Pace car is in. Akari King Wright, your race leader on the inside. Terrence Murphy on the outside. Into the restart zone. Green flag in the air, heading into lap 118.
As the 3 is back in the 8 position. So even the caution wasn't able to save him, apparently.
What's that, Christian? Sorry.
I'm saying the 3 of Smith is back in the 8th position. So even the caution wasn't able to save him, apparently.
Yeah, I'm not. Hopefully he's good to go on fuel now. I assume he is. I mean, I think he would have pit if he wasn't. Let's pull up the pit strategy. Well, it looks like everybody went. Oh, God, look out!
Oh, no!
Well, he's not good okay now. Anymore. Man, that's tough.
We got as the 62 is on his high side, just comes down and junks him.
Yeah, and then the 28 gets into him, nowhere to go. So, you know, it looks like the 62 gets a little loose in the corner right here. And he says, you know what, Willie, you might win this race. I'm going to junk you. Wham! Into the wall hard. Willie Smith is junked.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, so everybody should be good to go on fuel, I assume. Willie Smith's going to need to go down pit road, fix up some damage. He's going to start in the back. His chances at a win are basically done for. Terrence Murphy, though, took over the race lead before that caution came out.
They're calling that netcode, Blake.
You know, here with iRacing, everybody says everything is netcode. That's not netcode. That's just being, I don't know. That's
just
getting loose. I mean, he right hooked him into the wall. If this is netcode, then, yeah, I mean, I don't know. He just right hooks him.
Let me be clear. There was netcode, but the contact was inevitable because of the actions of the 62. Like, there's no way you could blame netcode. Like,
yeah, that's
yes,
ridiculous.
There was.
He's still coming down as he gets into him. You know, it's just funny to me. Everybody says this on iRacing. You know, it's kind of like, let's say there's a babe. Let's say there's like a puppy in the road. You're going 100 miles an hour, and you're going to hit it regardless. But your internet starts to flash right before you hit it, and then you say, "Oh, it's netcode. It's actually netcode. It wasn't my fault." No, this is definitely the 62. Lack of talent comes down, right hooks the 3. He junks him. Not netcode. Lack of talent.
Yeah, like the 3 is honestly very more mild at temper than I am, because I would be having an aneurysm over the radio right now. I can promise you that.
Absolutely. And oh, looks like a lucky dog coming around. Leader almost gets jumped.
Terrence Murphy says, "I'm blocking the dog."
We're going to line them up, do it again. We know everybody's definitely good on fuel now. So we have, 29 laps remaining this time around. We're going to take the green here in a couple laps. Why not kick back, relax? Larry McReynolds has a quick message for you. He's America's crew chief. Click that like button on the video for us. Subscribe to the channel. Go ahead, Larry.
Hi, I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchison Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchison Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
And we're back here at Kansas with the Growmasters Average Joe Sim Racing League. Your front row, it's going to be Terrence Murphy on the bottom, Akari King right on the top. These two have dominated this race. Well, they're still out front as the pace car is in. Field is set. Green flag in the air at Kansas.
Terrence Murphy gets the jump and takes the race lead. A car is going to be following in tow. You have Dallas Hall in the third position as they're jockeying for position behind that. Side-by-side battles.
And Dallas Hall coming out of nowhere after starting all the way back in the 26th position. He is up to 30 as a shot at this race. Can he pull off a miracle here tonight?
The Yokohama, whatever kind of tire machine is chasing down your race leaders. The only two trucks, or there was one more that just got junked due to netcode, of course, you know, Blake. But side-by-side battle for the lead, and 33 is going to try to take advantage of it.
Yeah, speaking of Dallas Hall, he hasn't led a single lap. Well, he's got as good a shot as any of them as he's trying to decide if he wants to go to the top side or the bottom. He's going to go up top and push out Terrence Murphy.
Well, if you can't go over it, you can't go under it, you got to go through it. So just make it 3-wide battle, buddy, as the 56 is going to insert himself.
John Stapleton, you got 5 cars out front. You could throw a blanket over them in the top 5. And 5th is Jason Rushing as well. Let's hop on board with Rushing, see what he's seeing out of his front windshield. And looks like Daryl Young just donated $1.99. Christian, I've never seen somebody with so much money in my life.
Well, you know, he said, "What's up, Christian? Thanks for tagging Vector." So that means that's my $1.99, Blake.
Well, the bad news is, Christian, we're not going to be able to get any of that money from YouTube probably for a while. But, hey, we appreciate you nonetheless, Daryl Young Jr. with the $1.99 super chat. This guy's loaded.
Absolutely, as we still have some intense battling. Connor, you can't say the intense meter is still wherever you put it. It's getting up there now.
Yeah, Connor said it was a 3 out of 20 earlier. Well, Connor, what do you have it now? What is the Connor Gerard intensity meter as you have the top 5 all duking it out for a race win in the DPRWisco.com 150 at Kansas?
As we have some crazy battles up here. No one wants to let these leaders get away this time. As the 12 is going to slide down in front of John Stapleton, as Daryl Young, excuse me, does another 99-cent super chat. This time he just gives us a like.
Man, Daryl Young, I tell you what, Christian, everybody in life wants to be successful. Well, the dream needs to be like Daryl Young Jr. to have this kind of disposable income. My, oh my, 99 cents from Daryl Young Jr.
And Connor Gerard says the intense meter is now at a 19 out of 20. But ladies and gentlemen, don't be fooled. The intense meter goes all the way up to 1 million. So
yeah, it's 0 to 20, but it really 0 to 1 million because we've seen it be 1 million out of 20 before. So let's see what Akari King Wright has up his sleeve. He's trying to work back up to Terrence Murphy. He's starting. Well, I'm not going to say he's running out of time, but you definitely want to start thinking about your track position as there's just 22 laps left here tonight.
As look who has came back up to the 4th position, Blake.
Man, that was quick. How has he worked up through the field? He restarted. Let's see. Well, there's only 14 cars on the lead lap, so that helps. But Willie Smith, man, he comes from the back within just 2 or 3 laps, and here he is. He's definitely got some race-winning speed tonight.
You know, when you get took out at no one's fault but netcode, all you could do is put your head down and get yourself back in the game, and that's exactly what Willie Smith's doing. Going to make it 3 wide on the bottom. You can't turn down there.
Wow. Oh, he is not happy, but he had to enter the corner on the apron, and the 78 gets loose. What a save there. Jason Rushing almost got dumped.
As you know, Willie Smith was all the way down there on the apron. I'm not ignoring the dump there, but he was all the way down on the apron trying to make that turn. I don't know if he thought it was going to stick, but it definitely won't down there.
Well, to be fair, though, he was side by side with Akari King Wright, and King Wright was not letting him up on the track. You know, I mean, King Wright had a whole track above him to let him in, and he decided, nah, I'm just going to leave you down there on the apron, pal.
Well, you know, in the words of Max Verstappen, one of the better racers in the world, they'll lift.
Well, you know, I thought I heard, didn't Kyle Larson say he was better than that guy?
Well, Apparently. Unconfirmed reports, Blake.
Absolutely. Let's take a look, folks, at your Hutchinson Motorsports TV manufacturer board. Take a look. HMS TV manufacturer standings. Your top Ford is Akari King right in the 3rd position. You see 9 Fords in the field, and this does not count cars on pit road or out of the race. So 9 on the track right now. Average running position is 14.7 for Ford. Well, in Toyota, you got Terrence Murphy, your race leader. Only 4 Toyotas left out there. Their average position is 15.3, even with the race leader. And then your top Chevy, John Stapleton, in the 2nd position, with 19 of them on the track. Look at all these Chevy diehard fangirls.
Yep, Toyota gets no love, I will say. No matter what league you're in, no matter what car you're running, if it has a Toyota variant in the manufacturers, it's the least amount on the track, and that is honestly saddening.
Absolutely. You know, all these Toyota homers makes me think there's this new terrible song. It's a country song. It's called Darlin'. I can't remember who sings it, but this guy, he's bragging. Basically, to me, it seems like this girl left him for a guy, and he was bashing on him, saying he has a Ridgeline and he drives a Chevy or something. So he's bragging about his Chevy, thinking it's just so much better than a Ridgeline. And that's your typical Chevy fan right there, Christian.
Yeah, I've heard that song, and honestly, I changed the station about halfway through because it's just him repeating himself.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
I'm so much better than him. He's not better than me. Why are you with him? And then repeat.
I mean, imagine, you know, trying to talk a girl that just left you to come back to you because the guy that she left you for drives a Honda Ridgeline and you drive a Chevy. Like, did he really think she was going to be like, you know what? You're right. I'm coming back.
Well, you know, I drive a Dodge minivan, and I dare you to talk junk about it.
Well, I do it all the time.
Well, yeah, true.
But nonetheless, Willie Smith in the 3rd position here. He is driving one of those Chevys. He doesn't like Ridgelines either, I bet.
No, he drives a Chevy, not a Ridgeline, so don't act like he ain't your kind of crazy, as the song would say, or some ridiculous mess like that.
I don't know. I heard it, and I thought it was like a parody song or something, but it wasn't. But here comes the 94 to the back bumper. Fred Chase looking to the inside of Willie Smith. He says, you're not even that fast, Willie. Wow, he just blows by and blows his doors off. Fred Chase going to the front.
And here comes Fred Chase.
Yep, and here comes Fred Chase into 3rd. Man, he's flying in that. He's in another bow tie. Them Chevys are not working together.
Is Fred Chase the new Christopher Bell?
He might be, but here comes the 12 of Akari King, right? He is one of those bad, fast Fords in the 2nd position.
Absolutely. You know, here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV, we are better than like the NBC or the Fox broadcasters. You know, they're just in the booth, just, you know, spewing out nonsense. We are here at HMS TV are intellectuals.
Oh, yeah, we only talk about important issues and related to the race, obviously. As Akari King, right, looking underneath the 5 of Murphy. Can he make the pass coming off the corner? Wow, a big run. He's going to take that over easily.
Oh, that big run is going to probably cost him some speed on the stretch. I don't know.
Terrence Murphy in the chat has some radio chatter. Well, what are you hearing, Christian?
I didn't really make it out, but he said something about hitting the clutch. Is he trying to save gas? I wonder.
I doubt it. I mean, they should be definitely good on fuel. We've had 2 cautions this run. There's no way they're short on fuel. But nonetheless, Fred Chase in the 2nd, though. This guy is on the move.
He is trying to pull the upset of what has been the 12-5-3 show. No, here comes the 94, and he is on a mission. The hard Chargers. Fred Chase is on the bottom of the board with 11 positions gained, but don't count him out.
These guys trying
John
to jump
Stapleton. They're trying to make sure there's another caution with 12 to go.
I think we're going to see one. The way these guys using the apron, they're bumping each other through the corners. They don't care. There's about 10 cars within about 3 lanes right here.
Yes, the 56 is wrapping the bottom with the 33 above them. The 20 and the 10. All you could so close together. The 48's up there too. But here comes the 18 down to the bottom, trying to make it 3 wide. Not going to be able to just yet as the 33 takes the lead of this pack.
Gosh, these guys are reeling it in. Christian, you know what's funny? That 18 truck looking to take people 3 wide, he's a lap down.
Oh, well, naturally. You know, if you're a lap down, that's when you are supposed to race the hardest.
Let's drop back here. Michael Weaver in the 9th position. We're on board watching these guys. Look at them rip those trucks around. The rear end is kicking out from underneath them.
Oh my. Look at this. This is some battles.
Hard racing here. And again, that lap car in between them, he's racing like he's racing for the win. Let's look out front here. Your race leader, Akari King Wright, still out there with just 9 laps remaining. Can Fred Chase? We didn't think it was going to be a battle between these two. Fred Chase came out of nowhere. I haven't even seen this guy all night long, basically. Started in the 12th position. Well, here he is up. I'm sorry. Well, yeah, I don't know. He started somewhere around there. 13th, actually, sorry. Started in 13th position up to the 2nd spot.
This is going to be an intense battle, I have a feeling, with 9 laps to go. Fred Chase being there. Is he holding back, or is it truly all he's got? Does the dirty air matter that much behind Akari?
I don't think so. I don't think the dirty air matters too much in these trucks here. And Connor Gerard says Fred Chase is driving like he's in Scooby-Doo. I don't know what that means, Christian. Do you?
And maybe he's like scared. I don't know how he'd be scared when he just drove up 11 positions, but
Maybe that means fast. I don't know. I haven't seen Scooby-Doo in, hell, it's been decades. But Fred Chase is flying right now with just 7 laps to go in the DPRWisco.com 150 with the Growmasters Average Joe Sim Racing League.
like Scoob, we totally got to get it back up to the lead here, man.
Never do that again.
As he's side by side with the leader.
Dropping back here, King Wright trying to hold on, and Fred Chase looking to that outside line. Can he get a run off the corner? Slide job. Corey King Wright holds on.
Ooh, I mean, Matt, he probably had to lift pretty good there to keep from turning Akari, as he's going to be all over Akari's tailpipes, heading through the triangle.
I don't think he lifted at all, and I don't blame him.
We are 6 laps to go here in the DPR-Wisco.com 150. All your home remodeling needs. Head on over to that website to get your free quote today. And also, if you're into the hunting thing, Growmasters.com has everything that your local herd will need to grow strong and be healthy and get them to your mineral sites. Order 2 buckets today and receive a free hat.
Well, a correction on the website, though. It's not growmasters.com. You can find that information as Akari King Wright takes back the race lead from Fred Chase. I believe it's hhwildlife.com, if I'm not mistaken, but I would have to confirm that. But we have 5 laps remaining with Akari King Wright, your leader, takes back the race lead from Fred Chase. Running out of time here with just 4 remaining. Going back to the 3rd position, Willie Smith in that number 3 truck. 4th place, Terrence Murphy, rounding out the top 5, Dallas Hall in that 33. Looks like your top 5. Basically everybody is kind of spread out a little bit, other than your leaders.
Alrighty. An official correction, it is hhwildlifeproducts.com. You can find that link in the chat right now.
Absolutely. So head on over there, order yourself 2 buckets. Get you a free hat if you mention Average Joe Sim Racing League. Tell them you heard about it on Hutchinson Motorsports TV as well. Why not? But can King Wright hold on? Go ahead, Christian.
You said herd like it's for your dear herd.
Anyways, 3 laps remain. Akari King Wright out front. Is he going to hold on? You know, again, not too many battles around the leaders. This one truck is a lap down, so you don't have to worry about him.
It's kind of a gutting feeling for Willie Smith. Got, you know, some unfortunate pitch strategy. Then gets dumped due to netcode, of course. And then is just, you know, trying to battle his way up. A 3rd place finish he can't be upset about tonight. Hugo in the chat, how you doing, buddy? We got 2 laps to go here in the DPR-Wisco.com. The one is going to try to, you know, pass the leaders here.
What's this guy doing?
This is like, I am all for battling for your position, but read the room. There is a lap to go. There is no need to get your lap back. There's no caution going to come out.
Doing? I don't know. That's the one. He's I guess he wanted to be on air or something. He's like, look, I'm faster than the leaders. Blows by him, splits him actually, almost junks him. And then he's like, well, I'm going to win the race. So nonetheless, down the backstretch, into turns 3 and 4 for the final time, Akari King Wright, the number 12, out of Castro Valley, California, out of turn 4, clean and green in front of him, checkered flag in the air, DPRWisco.com, 150 winner, Akari King Wright.
And Fred Chase, who I feel got screwed due to that lap car, comes in second with Willie Smith and that 3 machine bringing it home on the podium, number 3. And I can't wait to hear from Willie Smith. I want to hear his reaction.
And here's John Sheen. He's taking the checkered flag. He's like, hell yeah, I won it, boys. John Sheen, boy, Christian, he was 3 laps down when he made that move. Now he finishes 2 laps down. Way to go, John.
Man, I really, I can't think of the words to say right now that I could say live on the air, Blake.
I'm speechless. I have no clue what the thoughts were, but nonetheless, we're going to watch Akari King Wright burn it down, parking in victory lane here in the DBRWisco.com, 150 at Kansas. Let's get these top 3 in for an interview. And real quick, we're going to go to our buddy Larry McReynolds while we round up the top 3 for some interviews. Stay tuned, listen in. Interviews coming up next.
Hi, I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchison Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchison Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
We are back here at Kansas, watching Akari King Wright rip it around here, doing some burnouts. We're trying to bunch up these podium finishers here tonight for some quick interviews. We're going to see if Christian has had any luck with that.
Well, I do not see the 3rd place position of Willie Smith, but we're going to move on to 2nd place. We'll get Willie if he comes in. But in the DPR-Wisco.com 150, in the 2nd place position, you will find the 94 of Fred Chase. Fred, this is Blake and Christian up in the booth. You got a copy.
I got you, brother. How are you?
Doing good. You ran a good race here tonight. Put yourself in when it mattered most towards the end. The first question I got to ask actually came on the last lap. It looked like you had everything you needed to get around Akari, coming up with like 5 to go, and right down to the final lap you were on his tailpipes. However, the I can't even remember what number it was, and the 1 inserted himself in the battle from like 3 laps down to get his lap back. Did that cost you anything, or were you pretty much just already done?
I pretty much burned my stuff up at that time, but it definitely caught my eye. I was kind of confused on what his mindset was there. But yeah, I was already burned up.
Yeah, I definitely agree with, just because you're a lap car, if you have the speed, take it. But there was no need for him to pass the leaders there, right, Blake?
Yeah, again, and it's not like he was, again, if there were 2 or 3 laps left and he was 1 lap down, maybe get on the lead lap, hope for a caution. But being 3 laps down there, that made no sense to me. But nonetheless, Fred, you kind of came out of nowhere there at the end there, that last restart. You kind of popped in and you had now, earlier in this race, were you thinking you were going to have a shot to win this race the way it was lining out before that?
To be honest with you guys, absolutely not. It actually started on the start of the race. I got rear-ended, had a lot of damage, so I fell back. I was struggling with a loose race truck, and I waited for that first green flag cycle of pit stops to get my damage fixed. But then the handling just wasn't there all night. I just struggled with handling, finding a pace. Then that last caution, those cautions actually helped me out. I took my last set of tires with that last caution, and it was able to work out for me.
Yeah, well, it definitely worked out. You had some serious speed at the end. You were honestly right there with your race winner tonight. So it has to feel pretty good, though, nonetheless. Salvaging a podium run, almost had a shot at the win, bringing home 2nd here tonight. Early in the season, but has to feel good with some momentum heading throughout the early stretch of this year.
Yeah, I definitely take the points nights. That's my mindset of moving forward throughout the years. Try to gain as much points. Mainly wins, but points are always better as well.
Absolutely.
But, hey, you got any shout outs for anything for our, or anything for our fans at home?
Absolutely. I'd like to thank Hutchison Sports TV for putting on a great broadcast. I like Growmasters for putting on a good league. Average Joe Sim Racing and Lake Effect Motorsports for my race team that helps me get better every week.
Absolutely. Well, hey, congratulations on your second place finish here tonight. Fred Chase.
Thank you, guys.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I probably overlooked him. I think he was there the whole time. But now it is time for your third place finisher here tonight. It's going to be Willie Smith driving the number 3 Chevy. Willie, this is Blake and Christian up in the booth. You got a copy on us?
Yeah, I got you, Blake. Doing all right, Christian.
Oh, yeah, doing good. Welcome in. You know, you fought a hard battle throughout the entire race. One of pretty much 3 trucks that was the only 3 that was relevant all night. Pit strategy may have put you down slightly, it appeared at one point, but you were coming back when you got turned. Walk us through that and what you had to do to come back from it.
I got dumped. I go in, do my pit strategy every 35, 36 laps, you know. Was a little bit different. I was short pitting, so I would have fresher tires for maybe like a lap or 2, and you can like flat foot it all the way around the track and make up ground. And that last pit stop, Kari and them, you know, they pitted and whatnot, and I maintained like a 4-second gap. I don't know what happened on pit road with him and Murphy, and I saved gas, so that last pit stop, I was actually good to the end if it would have stayed green.
Oh, well, that's definitely good to know. Yeah, it seemed like it was going to be cutting it pretty close there, but it did not end up mattering because we had a couple cautions. But what's going through your head? You know, that caution comes out, the green comes out, and then you got turned there.
It never fails. It's my luck. Every time I pit and come out thinking I've got a good strategy, a caution comes out, or I get wrecked. So I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, you know, just a little bit of bad luck. But hey, I feel pretty good though. At least you're able to still salvage the podium finish. You know, after you got turned there, you probably weren't so certain you're going to be able to work yourself back to the top 3. But so at least you're able to do that.
Yeah, no, I had no idea. I just put it on the floor and hope she stuck. And you know, I didn't have nothing for Fred. He probably had put on his last set of tires like I did, so I would have had the same set of tires, but where I got turned, you know, it damaged my tires, so I just had to accept the fact that I just run it till I ain't got no tires no more.
Yeah, well, hey, it worked out for you at least to a point, able to put it on the podium here early on in the season with the Growmasters Average Joe Sim Racing League. Before you head out, though, you got any shout-outs or anything to add for the fans watching here at home?
Oh, yeah, appreciate all the fans. Appreciate y'all putting on a good broadcast, great broadcast. My wife, my kids, my grandpa at the house, and thanks Growmasters for sponsoring the league, and we really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, hey, once again, congratulations, Willie Smith, putting it in the podium once again here tonight.
Thank you.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that was a Willie Smith, the 3 car, who had some unfortunate luck through the race, but was able to reel it back in for that 3rd place podium finish. But Blake, I think it's about time. Your Average Joe's Sim Racing League, brought to you by Growmasters, and the winner of the DPR-Wisco.com 150 is Akari Kingwright. Akari, this is Blake and Christian up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I am here.
Welcome in. You are the winner here, of course, and walk us through that one. You know, cautions definitely provided some late cautions, provided some shuffling in that race. Walk us through that one.
Yeah, I was hoping for a green flag run. I was playing the long game with the fuel. I was hoping, because Willie was short pitting, and I was hoping that he wouldn't have enough to make it to the end. Talking to him, he said he would have. So I think that caution actually saved me, because I was super excited when I was in pit road as the caution came out, because I knew everybody was trapped a lap down but me and Terrence. And so that's what really put us up there in the podium. Yeah, just fun racing these guys all day. It was really, really, really smooth, really respectful. I didn't even get not one X today. Thank you to Willie. Shout out to Willie. He didn't turn me going into turn 1 on that last restart there. He got in my inside. I thought coming to turn 1 we were going to be 3 wide, and I didn't give him as much room as he would have liked. And I just thank him for being a friend and not running into me. So I definitely owe him one for that.
Absolutely. Hey, and again, there for a while, it looked like this thing was going to go green to checkered with no yellows. Terrence Murphy and Willie Smith were really the class of the field, but there, that last restart out of nowhere, here came Fred Chase, and he was battling you there pretty good on that last couple laps.
I have no idea where he came from. When I looked at my rearview mirror and I saw Fred Chase, I was like, oh no, this is going to be like Homestead where I was leading, and Fred Chase, here he comes. Yeah, he does a really good job getting there at the end of these races, and I don't know how he does it with magic he has, but that was hard. I just knew, for me, I knew my line. Bottom lane, hold it, no matter what. Block, 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 and I held it. He had a nice run off of the first seam, and I side drafted him like no other. And it worked going into turn 3.
Yes, it did. Again, a great run for you, able to park it in victory lane. And then the last question we want to mention, what were you thinking, with coming to the white flag out of nowhere, this lap car 3 laps down, he's kind of just blows by you guys. I was just kind of wondering, what were you thinking when that happened?
Oh, he got scary. I looked in the rear view and saw him, and I thought at first Fred Chase was gonna hook him, and he didn't. Coming off the quarter, I saw John get a huge run. I'm like, I'm not even gonna go. No, I don't want it to smoke at all. Let him by me. I was just hoping that it didn't let Fred Chase get inside either.
Yeah. Passing the leader's fine, but he just kind of, you guys had about a 1-car gap between you, and he takes that from the wall down underneath you like nobody was there. So it was just kind of interesting to see a guy 3 laps down racing like that. But hey, nonetheless, able to get the job done here tonight. But before you head out, though, you got any final words for our fans watching at home?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to the 12 team. Pinnacle Wraps, Drew Kuhn makes our paints over there for the shop. Today, Ed Sheeran, first time racing the truck, and he's in victory lane. So thank you to Ed Sheeran and the new album. They're sponsoring us for this race. Thank you to the girlfriend fans watching, everybody at home. We really hope that you liked that race today. It was boring for us because we were just going back and forth, but I know it looked really good from a fan's point of view.
Absolutely. And just a heads up, it looks like SDK, your picture, it ended up turning it sideways. So maybe we can fix that for next race. But nonetheless, you had some great speed out there tonight, parking it in victory lane in the DPRWisco.com 150.
Thank you.
That was Akari King, right, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's winner here at Kansas. Christian, what are your final thoughts here of the evening?
Well, definitely a interesting race. You got kind of flipped upside down due to the cautions, but sometimes cautions can save a race overall, and I think that was the case here, as we had some very good battles towards the end.
Yeah, those cautions really added some drama here. Again, clean and green racing is great, but it's good to see, the field get bunched up here and there, and that's what happened here later on in the race, and definitely didn't disappoint as Akari King was able to hold off Fred Chase. So a great night for racing, as always, here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV, the world's #1 streaming service, folks. Be sure to click that like button on the video for us, and most importantly, please click that subscribe button. It only takes you a second. Log into YouTube if you haven't. Click the subscribe button. It's the only place you're going to see Growmaster's Average Joe's Sim Racing League action right here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and we're getting kind of close. So definitely appreciate you for tuning in. Tomorrow night, we're going to be off. No broadcast tomorrow night, but you can check out our Discord. We're going to have our Hutchinson Motorsports TV Dash for no cash events. We're going to be in the trucks at a super speedway, so you're definitely going to want to come out and have some fun with us in that. Saturday night, we'll be back with the Redemption iRacing Truck Series. Sunday, we'll have Motor City Racing IMSA-style action. Monday, we'll be back here for the Wheels America Racing Flim Dog Series. That's always a fun one. And Tuesday's going to be your Stars and Stripes Series. Wednesdays, GLSR, Mr. Radiator Trucks, and Superstar ARCA Cup Series. So nonetheless, we appreciate you tuning in here. And that's all I got. Christian, you got any other words?
Nope. Just a congratulations to our podiums. That was Willie Smith, Fred Chase, and the winner, Akari King Wright.
Absolutely. Well, hey, that's all we got. So in the booth with Christian Taylor, I'm Blake Hutchinson, and hey, we'll see you next time, folks. Thanks for tuning in.
42 right there with him. Smokes him. Oh my goodness! Oh! The whole field is junk. It's a parking lot. They door slam each other. Checkered flag in the air. It's gonna be too close to call. Oh, he just got smoked. Oh my goodness!
Turned.
He got dumped in IMSA racing. Caution is out. We saw a lot. Oh!